He's got space. She's got the brewery. I'm dumb, and you're dumb.
Yeah. Like, I totally
Stop.
agree.
Like we're dumb.
Declan, do you like the Foo Fighters?
No.
So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid? Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone?
Yeah, let's talk about how much we hate Scott, guys.
This is my sickle.
I want
How
to
you doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it. Having not a
Feels like
second
a rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
This is my Chloe.
No, 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 no. You cannot buy the beer. Beer! Close your eyes. No, 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 no. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
All right, episode 91 of Adjust the Mic. That was tough to get into. That was really tough. To my right, the hostess with most is Scott.
Well, hello there, everybody. How are you this evening?
Yeah, whatever. To my left, the craft beer queen, Colleen.
Hey,
Yeah, now.
That's it.
how are you now?
You forgot that part.
Okay, and tonight down yonder, the artist formerly known as Viking Metal Chris,
Dun, 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 dun.
as we like to call him now, the Milky Way Mandingo.
That's
Oh my
true.
God.
That is true.
The space porn thing. He will not be joining us. He was actually here and he had to leave. Oh, the Milky Way Mandingo. We love you, Chris. Glad you could not join us.
It'll be better next time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
Technical difficulties.
shout out to Chris on that one. And with us tonight, my friend. Well, let's just call her a literacy lover, a graduate student. She loves the UCF Knights and Disney. Kristen Johnson. Woo! Hi, Kristen.
Thanks. So,
Hi.
I just want to clarify something.
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
just read that from my, Facebook bio?
Yeah.
Okay. and we're friends, though, but you couldn't think of...
Oh, I know all kinds of other things that I could say.
When you get behind a mic, it just.
But yet,
yeah.
I can't say those things because, like you said, we're friends.
It's
And I
like
love
Ron,
you.
it's like Ron Burgundy. He'll read anything you put
Yes.
in the teleprompter.
Yes. Anything.
Fuck you, San
Literally.
Diego.
Yeah. Fuck off, San Diego.
Got it.
Milk was a poor choice.
I love how successful you are, but I really, really miss you.
Oh,
But it's
you.
really great to see you.
It is good to see you. It is. I do. This sounds crazy. I miss the prison.
Yeah.
But maybe
Okay.
that makes me crazy.
Yeah.
It's the adrenaline. I miss the people and
Yeah, it's the camaraderie and the
Yeah.
we're all in this together type deal.
yeah.
So
But you leveled up, huh?
can we talk about what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Go.
So, I am a director of operations for a local nonprofit, and I'm a graduate student at UCF. I'm just going to go to school forever. That's my goal.
You've been doing that for a long time now.
10 years.
Good for you.
I'm
Good
ready
for
to
you.
be done.
So you're loving it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's awesome.
It's challenging, and I think that's what I seek out, and I think that's kind of where I got with the CFRC in the prison, and there was no more challenge. I needed to.
You were kind of stuck in a rut there.
Yeah.
With where you were at. So it's good to see you flying free. And school, so you're going to do like 20 more years of school, or where are we at on that?
I have 2 more classes left.
Oh, that's
my
it?
God.
I have 2.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes, thank you. But I want to get my doctorate. So
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I'm going to probably take a year off.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, you're momming it.
God.
You have twins.
Yeah.
How old?
7 months.
7 months, people.
God bless you.
Oh, man.
It is so much fun. I mean, sure, it is challenging at times, but it's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, you're busy.
I'm very busy. Hence why I'm drinking coffee at 6:41
I
p.m.
know. Well, it's great, man, because I know when we would hang out at work, I always told you, I was like, I don't know if you need to be here.
You're too good for this place.
Like, you're really smart. You should probably go, like, do something. So thank you for taking my advice. I'm going to take full credit for everything. Like,
You got it.
Everything you do is just
Charlie Lord.
put it on me.
He does everything here too. So
Yeah, he does. He runs all the equipment, everything here.
That's why we're having technical difficulties today.
But it's fixed. You're welcome. And bow. So you guys were, before we started the podcast, you guys are knee deep in Disney talk.
Oh man,
Like
she's,
this-
she's a theme park nerd like me.
Like
Disney
the
nerds.
sparkle in your eyes. Both of you are like, oh, Disney.
For real.
Yeah, we were nerding out.
When I had Disney passes, you guys were there every time I was there, and I've walked past you, and we were so Disneyed up with our fams and things. We're like, hey, like across, like people, because we weren't going to walk across and stop and like talk or anything.
And it's too hot
We
for
had
that.
fast
Like,
passes
yeah.
and we had sweat to deal with, and we
Yep.
were walking.
You're
and
on a
that's a
mission.
breeze. It's a mission. It is.
That's exactly what we were
It's
talking
all the
about.
time.
Do you know, like, making an itinerary for that would make me happy? Like, I would be like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're gonna do this. And if one of the kids weren't having it, well, you're just going to have to figure it out because we're doing this. Like, it's not even about the kids. Like, it's just, this is how it's going to go.
It's all about
You
them
have to have
fast passes.
For it to be fully successful, multiple kids, the kids have to be on the same page and be down to do the same things. If they're not,
Yeah.
you're in the middle of a tug and war
It's
the
a shit
whole
show.
time.
It's a
The whole
shit-
time you're a tug of war.
And then you get mad because you're like, this is fucking Disney. There's no crying
yes,
at Disney.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the happiest place on earth.
Throw a fucking turkey leg at him. Here, eat this.
That's what I was telling her. I was like, I miss it so much, and I feel so bad because like the last few times we went, it's like you're in the car ride there, and you're just like, ugh, where are we gonna park? Are we gonna be in Aladdin, or are we gonna be here, there? You know, like how far do we have to walk in? It's gonna be so hot. There's gonna be so many people, and now I'm thinking, like, I would just do anything to be able to go back to that kind of normalcy, and like be able to let the kids do their things.
You guys have both gone during this COVID thing, or
No.
you haven't?
No, not at all.
I
We haven't
have.
gone.
one time.
Is it
Yeah.
terrible?
What, going?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because when I went, there was literally nobody there. It was at the beginning of all this in August. I see it now because of all the Facebook groups I've been a member of forever. I just watch it through the eyes of them, and
Yeah.
they look like they're having a grand time. I
Oh,
wouldn't
look how
know.
empty the park is.
It does look crowded, though, on the weekends, though. It's now looking like, you guys are, that's a little bit much because you don't have fast passes anymore, you know? So it's like, but they got the disability passes still.
How about this? You give me your 2 favorite rides.
Mine Train.
Oh, that was quick.
Mine Train and Everest are my 2 favorite. If you're
Really?
going, well, or Flight of Passage.
Nope. You got to pick 2.
Flight of Passage and Mine Train.
Okay.
No, Flight of Passage, Everest. Sorry, take it back.
Jesus, Colleen. Kristen.
Can't.
Mine are the exact same.
Yeah.
Oh, not mine.
Women. Charlie, let's hear yours first.
Haunted Mansion
Okay.
for the nostalgia, and probably Flight of Passage.
That's Allie's favorite is Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, those 2 are
Well, if you're at
just.
Magic Kingdom, yeah. That's a good ride.
Mine is Avatar, and then the Carousel Progress.
When you say Avatar, you mean Flight of Passage?
Yeah, Avatar.
Carousel of Progress is when we sit in the air conditioning and
I
just
call it the
relax.
same
Yeah,
thing.
those are my 2 favorite.
That's a good
FOP.
one.
Do you still have passes?
No, I had the Platinum Passes for 4 years. And no, 3 years.
Oh, I forgot about Slinky Dog.
No, I did 4.
Slinky
I
Dog
did
is
4
fun.
freaking
Shit.
4
Wait.
freaking years. I haven't done that yet.
You have to do the parks, the favorite
And-
rides at each park. Because
well, I haven't
each
do
park
Galaxy's
has,
Edge either. I haven't done
And
that Star
here's
Wars.
what
I have
here's what
done
I was
that.
up against is the way I had my kids situation at the time is I didn't have them on the weekends. I just had them Monday through Friday when we had the passes. So I'd either have to take them, when it wasn't my time on the weekend, or we'd go over the summertime. We flipped, and I'd have them for a week. She'd have them for a week, or I would have them on or she'd have them during the week, and then I'd have them on the weekends. So we went to the water parks, and we'd stay the night out there, and then hit up, some of the other parks, or we'd go one day water park it, the next day we'd go hit up, Magic Kingdom or one of the parks or whatever. So we hit it real heavy for a short time, and then I'm paying for the kids not to go. And then I'm going on the weekends, like to Epcot. I'll go meet friends out there from like the Tom and Dan podcast. There's a lot of good people. They have like a little Disney group where they all meet up out there and do things. Like you started a Disney group for a while too, didn't you?
Yeah,
Kristen?
Charlie and I did.
Yeah,
oh
we
my
did.
gosh, I
You guys
completely
did.
forgot
Yeah.
about
We're going to tell you where all the deals are. We're going to tell you where all the Mickeys are
Wait,
on every rock in the
No,
whole park.
I got kicked out of a
We
group.
got the pass
We
holder
got-
group. She asked a question, and one of the admins got snarky, and then she went like all
Karen. I went very Karen.
How
in. She
Karen?
went all
how?
in.
What happened?
She
Like
went.
so Karen. I don't
remember the context, but I remember the lady was real slick to you, like it was passive aggressive, and you were just like, "Hold my fucking beer," and you went all in. Kicked
Your
out,
crazy
and then,
looking eyes right now. Tell the story.
and then you did Disney pass holders
Yeah.
for nice people was the name of the group.
Me and Charlie were the
Yeah.
moderators.
And I didn't even
I'll
ask
find
for it. She's
you.
like, I made you a moderator. I'm like, shit. and it blew up for a while there. And
we
then,
had a good crew in there.
but then I got rid of my passes, and I was like, I can't fake the funk. Like I can't be part of this. Like I'm not.
When Charlie bails, he bails, and I'm the same way.
Yeah, I
get,
can't.
get out of the group.
I didn't have
Get me out of
passes.
here. Yeah.
So
I
Get me off this
completely
pass.
forgot about it. I
Yeah.
mean, I wonder if it still exists.
People are probably just going at it. You don't even know.
It was fun though, man. I mean, Disney, like my daughter, every year for her birthday, we'd spend like 3 or 4 days out there. You know, and she had the best time ever. You know, just me and her. She's like, my brother cannot come, so brother was not allowed for these birthday adventures, and it was great. And the only other time I hung out with you, I was just thinking about this. Was it your 40th?
yeah.
When we were hammered.
go?
No, hold on. Where did you go to Orlando? The arcade?
Yes.
To the retro?
Yes.
Yeah, you were there.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we were playing Ninja Turtles.
Yes, in NBA Jam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that
So
was.
we were all pretty slammered that night. I remember.
Didn't we go to like an
We were at the
Irish
Irish place.
pub?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Things got crazy there. Things got crazy
I
there.
just remember I wanted food. Like that's all I was.
Yeah,
What kind of food do they have here?
Yeah, so
Great.
tell me
Eons ago.
what's up with the nonprofit. Can you kind of break it down a little bit? Like,
Yeah, my non. Yeah.
mhm.
So we are considered like a pass-through agency. I talk with my hands. People on podcasts cannot see my hands.
One day we'll have video. One day.
Chris is buying it.
So our biggest funder is the state of Florida.
Uh-huh.
They give us money. We assess the daycares and help families in need and like foster care kids get like subsidized or free childcare in Brevard County. So there is an early learning coalition, ELC, in almost every county in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
So that's our mission. That's what we do.
that's pretty damn rewarding.
So
It is. That's cool.
you're pretty much making sure kids are finding good places to be, right?
Yeah.
At all times. You know, trying to place them in proper foster care. And do you try to recruit foster parents and those type of things
So
too? Or?
we just do daycare. So if
Okay.
a kid comes into foster care and then, so like for Nathan and I were foster parents for a brief hot
Yeah.
second.
Uh-huh.
If we got a child, because both of us work, we would take the next day off of work to be home with the child, and they usually go to court. And then right after that, we both need to go back to work. So that's when ELC steps in and they say, where does this foster parent live? What's the closest daycare that has the capacity to accept this child?
I got you.
And then it's free. The foster parent doesn't have to pay.
Okay.
So if we had received a child in our care, then we would contact ELC. They would quick turn around and figure out where to place this child in
Yeah.
daycare, so I could go back to work, but still be a guardian for
Yeah.
this kid.
Thank God for those
Oh, that makes
programs because
sense. That's-
daycare
wow,
is
that's awesome.
expensive.
It is. It
Oh,
really
my
is.
gosh.
Insane. I don't know how some of these people do it. I was telling her one of my friends uses ELC and like it has saved her. Like she's able to work and provide for her family because she doesn't have to worry about paying almost $200 a week for somebody to watch her kid while
Yeah.
she
I mean,
works.
and that's
Crazy,
the
Lord.
problem with the system, really, too. Is, that second job of that household, if they have that second income they can earn, the wife or the husband,
It goes to
whoever,
childcare.
it all goes to childcare, or it's going to health insurance and childcare, or it's going to one or two things. And it's like, man, that's rough. That's rough on a family. Your time away from your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to benefit a little bit more than that. You're adding more value to society than just having someone watch your kids. And let's call it even, guys. You know what I mean? It's
Well, I feel like a
rough.
lot of people and like women, they
Want to get out
well
and work.
they have to choose between having a career or
Raising
or being being a mom, because it's might be almost the same whether your paycheck versus is your whole paycheck gonna just go to daycare,
or it could be $500 difference or something.
Right.
It's like,
So is that worth it?
$500 worth it? Yeah,
Right.
you're right.
Now, honestly, do you see anywhere in the system, of course the system's flawed, but that it can be corrected, or is there anything?
I hope so eventually, but there's been documentaries put out, there's research, and people advocate for there's scientific research that just says, as far as reducing recidivism, our prison population, if we invest in our children and focus on early learning, then you're probably not going to raise criminals, right?
Of course.
So there's the research is there, and it's just a matter
It's
of
very plain too. It's very easy for people to understand, even
and catching them young.
I mean, just invest in the future of your society.
right.
It's a very common, a lot of the newer billionaires, in America really do understand that. And everything is tied to a system, that government and that banking and all those systems. And there's rules and regulations. And that's all that they play all the rules. All the societal issues take forever to change because there's not a financial benefit to that person to do it. And that person is doing what they're doing for a financial benefit, in my opinion, more than, I'm really here for the people, and every year education, elementary, education, they get defunded. They're out there trying to raise money out front for a swing set out back or some stupid stuff, and trying to, get all these fundraising things and everything. They're spending so much time doing that thing to try to raise money to keep their school going that it's taking all this time away from those kids actually learning.
What's the answer?
Funding these things and funding the education of our youth. And it's going to happen through the internet. We have, internet's going to be available to every human. And when that happens, you have these young things like the Khan Academy, and there's a lot of learning tools that are the platforms are going to teach our kids of the future. We're not going to go to school the same way in the future. Watch.
Yeah, but that's hard socially. If somebody,
it is. It really, really is.
Because I know Riley, like with e-learning, like it was a problem.
It's terrible.
It was a problem.
It's terrible for the teachers.
You don't get that.
This, it's not just about the kids too.
But do you think that if the future holds like this virtual, immersive education experience like VR?
Oh, it's happening.
That Ready Player.
It's Ready Player
One.
One. Yeah, it's happening. I'm all in on that.
Maybe I love it, but maybe that's
the Oasis
for somebody like Riley. Maybe that's going to be gets him engaged and
to be himself in his way, and it's awesome for him. Silas, when he plays games online, he gets immersed in them, and
but it's one of those things too. Then you take everything off and you go into society and the world, and you can't hold a general conversation with a human being in the right way. Like people become socially awkward with that.
And you know what?
Is that
I don't know if it is, and here's my question: why? Us, we're all of age of 40 years old or up. Charlie, me, and
Kristen's
you.
like
I don't
21.
I don't know about these ladies over here, but we're over 40,
young.
Charlie. We grew up in an age where we didn't have video games or internet connectivity until we were 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, even
we didn't have internet until we were 7, 6, 18 to 19
I just
20
wanted
years old.
Minesweeper.
So we have really no proper assessment on our kids right now on how they are going to be socially, because I know man, my kids are pretty well off and they play a lot of games, you know what I mean? And they have great social lives as well. I think that they can blend them. I don't think it depends. You know?
Well, look what happened to my kid. I mean, my 3-year-old was doing great. She was going to the children's center, getting along with the kids, learning how to interact with them. COVID hits. She's stuck at home with her 2 autistic brothers. All she's seeing is their behavior, and she's mimicking that.
Sure.
And now she's been diagnosed on the spectrum as well too. I don't know if I've ever even said that out loud on the show.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think, like, is this really the case, or is she just been stuck in a house for a year with 2 autistic kids and she's had no other interaction with other kids and she's copying them? So it's like, you know, for my kids, they need to be around other kids. They need to be around typical functioning kids.
And
they can't be stuck in a tablet.
Such a spectrum. There's no one way. You know what I mean? And what you said makes perfect sense, because there's no one way on how any of us, you know, raise our children, or they have to be raised. You know what I mean? But there's no way. I mean, it's when you throw money at a problem, when we say we need more money, it's a lot more than money. You know what I mean? And there's so many other avenues and things there. What you say makes perfect sense. The socialization of education, you know, education and socialization are tied together because they have to be right now, but they don't always have to be.
Well, and
like you can learn in one, you know, place and you can socialize in another, you know, and be just, it could work. I'm not saying it can't.
Well, we're on
there's
a wide spectrum.
all the way.
All these kids are different.
And it's like, and you got to think about it this way too. It's like there's one country right now where it's a totally different way than it is in the country right next to it, and the country is right next to it.
There's states in this country that
You know
not
what I'm
even
saying?
countries.
It's that.
Look
diverse.
what California is doing, and look what Florida's doing.
Exactly.
Look what, and you know, Jesus.
The one common denominator is funding.
Yeah.
Well, the one good thing now is that since Quinn's been diagnosed, she can go to school with the boys, get a Gardner scholarship that pays for her tuition, and then insurance covers all her ABA therapy. So we don't have to worry about going to a daycare and spending $175 a week to get a phone call every single day that she won't keep her shoes on. You know, like, you know, she's going to be somewhere one-on-one teaching, and because, like, it was stressful because we didn't qualify to be able to get free childcare because we were both working. But we also are not in the position, we have 3 children, to be able to afford to pay that much for childcare. Yep. And most of it was, I wanted Quinn to be able to, like, get out and interact with children that were not, you know, on the spectrum. But that just didn't happen for us because of the way this last year's went. So we're just working with it right now. So we're rolling with it. She's been doing good at school now. So we'll see where it goes from there. But kids need other kids to be around. The virtual learning thing, I mean, I guess that's fine too, but your kids interact with a ton of other kids all the time. I see it.
Exactly.
So it's like,
and like when I was saying, it was never directed towards you or one statement.
I think he was trying to offend you, Colleen.
Yeah, I know. I felt like
I could feel like he was
kind of came at me a little hard there. You're like, well, my kid. I'm like, oh shit, my bad.
All I can think is, like, I think it would be horrible for it to all go virtual because like my kids would never learn. Like
Colleen,
what Charlie was saying,
I think he's being
to be able to have a conversation with like another kid. Like,
and see,
they don't even have conversations with each other.
and the point is like, you know, when someone's saying something like, and this happens in politics, this happens in, you know, like we're doing a podcast right now. Like I'm saying one thing, but just because I'm saying it one way doesn't mean that the view is narrow in the one channel that's in your brain that you're thinking of.
I know.
I thought it was ignorance.
You know what I mean? There's so many different angles to it. No, I'm just clearing it up for the public.
I know Scott loves my kids, and I know he understands my situation.
Me and her are fine. I think it's a good thing to talk about and to be clear about because that's something that like I take shit wrong.
Well, I'm offended.
All the effing time.
I'm offended, man. I thought it was a personal attack.
I'm not offended, so you shouldn't
all the
be.
time.
Not fucking happy about it.
But people don't understand why or whatever, you know what I mean? And there's so many different.
So I'm that person where my emails are very blunt, like it's to the point. And it's mainly not because I'm trying to be rude. It's just because I don't have time to sit there and be like, oh, is this person, did I use too many exclamation marks? Do I sound like I'm yelling? I don't have time. I'm like shooting off an email and I always say hi or good morning. Then I get to the point. But people have come to me and been like, man, that was kind of rude. And I'm like, I just asked you to, do this one thing. But that's that whole perception.
At our office, it's awful. you know, because everybody's always worrying about what everybody's doing or thinking, or like if everybody's joking around and you're focused on something and you get included in it somehow, and if you don't react in their joyful way, then you're a Debbie Downer, or you take it that way. It's like, man, I'm doing this, and it's easy, and I can do it to somebody else the next day, just the same as they did to me. It's hard, man. I mean, that is socialization. I mean, it's rough too. As much as it's needed, it's hard at the same time.
Yeah, Nathan and I really struggled with the twins. This raising babies and having babies in COVID, and you know, research shows just socialization so important for children. So do I spend the first year of their life not letting them meet any of their family in fear of COVID?
Right.
Or do we take that risk then? And then if, you know, it's crazy. It's been something that we've struggled with.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
There's no
whole
perfect
time.
answer, and anybody
No,
that acts
there's
like they
not.
have the right answer, they don't. You know
Having
what I mean? 'Cause there's
babies
10
in this
more
time
layers.
right now.
Yeah.
Ugh, God. And it's one of those things where, like, we've all dealt with it. Like, if you feel like you're exposed, there's not, like, I'm not taking that too much, especially your elderly family. For Christ's sakes, if something happens and it's on you, and you're going to have to live the rest of your life,
Right.
you
yeah,
know, and
absolutely.
it's terrifying.
You want to know the one thing though when it comes to education is okay. I've over the last 4 to 6 months I've been, you know, doing a lot of audiobooks and trying to better myself in different ways, and financially trying to be a better, you know, smarter father for my kids and all that stuff. And so I've been doing a lot of audiobooks on stock markets and all types of different things. And that's led me to getting online and going on Twitter, and I'm researching a lot of things. The one thing that I'm noticing is there's so many like 20 and 30-year-old, like younger kids that are like investing in the stock market. Look at the GameStop thing. It's $100 and something again just
I
today.
saw it shot today.
It was like, you know what I mean? But
117.
That young kid, that Wall Street, he goes, I'm not a cat, first off. This guy's talking to Congress and shit, right? Yeah. And he goes, first off, I'm not a cat. And what he said was so correct, and like what he did is legal. He's done nothing wrong, and he's being sued by these big people, right? But that young kid is in a group of Reddit people, and they're throwing memes, and they're goofy as hell. But you know what they're doing is they're educating each other.
Yeah, well, they're hustling.
They're self-educating each other, because when I first started, you're like, what is this? What does this mean? What does this mean? There's groups of these kids that are teaching each other the stock market in a way that's free, and it's more understandable than reading a damn course. Like my ex-wife right now is taking these courses to get a financial a license, you know, an investor license, and it's a Series 60. It's one of the hardest tests. They try to purposely throw you off. You know, they try to make it confusing to you because they want to make it hard for you to get into that profession, because they want that profession that keep value. When you dilute something that's valuable, you dilute the value of it, right? So you get 10 million financial advisors, then that job's not $150,000 a year job anymore. It's a $40,000 a year job. So the people that already have that job are trying to hold the people down from attaining what they have. So she has to take a test and take it multiple times, and they purposely, you know, try to flunk you on this thing. And when you can go online and with like-minded people, and you can ask the questions that you need to get the way you need to get, you can't legally, because of the way the system is, you know, benefit or make profit off of this except for yourself. But you can go on there and learn everything that you want about investing, stocks, plants, creating your own gardens, the perfect, you know, all this stuff is out there, and there's groups for all these people to learn and better themselves. And it is free through the internet, or whatever your monthly internet costs are, you know, or wherever you can Wi-Fi at a Starbucks, right? I mean, that right there is happening. And the young people, they're a lot more ahead of the game when it comes to money and social issues, you know, than we ever had at our age, because we're still responding to and clearing the cobwebs of our parents, you know, shit out of our head, or our parents' friends, or our grandparents, or, you know, other people that have tried to, you know, cloud this is the way that this has to be done. And these kids don't see it that way. They've had, you know,
No, they do their own research, and like you said, these Facebook groups, the GameStop thing, I think that's awesome.
It's amazing.
They fought
it's amazing.
the man, you know,
Yeah.
they won.
Exactly.
Do you think it's crazy how much you're going to college when you realize that some of these people don't go to college at all and make a shit ton of money?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How frustrating is that, right? Like I have all this college debt and I do very well at my job now, and I'm just literally running a tap room of a brewery, and it's the best job I've ever had in my life. I went to UCF for no reason. I mean,
it's
maybe
crazy.
some life lessons here and there.
I mean, the college system's been so broken, and we owe so much money, and you're paying. You're in the system. That's why these young billionaires, like your Elons and all these guys that started PayPal and all these tech companies.
That's her boy.
That
loves her some.
They all, yeah. They
really?
All, yeah.
Or is he joking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he's dead serious.
When the first time Rogan had Elon on, I ran into her office like, Elon's on Joe Rogan. Elon's on Joe Rogan.
Forever he was trying to get me into podcasts, and I'm like, Charlie, I just can't.
He's been on it 3 times
get
now.
into it.
Yeah.
So then he would try to find podcasts that
like
interest
inspirational,
me. So then, of course, like Elon Musk, I'm like, oh my god, yes. I listen. Yeah.
Podcasting's a game changer.
Then he broke the internet when he smoked weed on his podcast. Like everybody,
They were joking about the last week when he was on.
Yeah.
And they're like, and he's like, so what are we doing after we do the shot? And and Joe's like, we can't do that. You know what happened last time. You know what happened last time. He's like, yeah.
It's
but
so
he wanted to.
It's so funny. I wish Chris was here for this, but when Rogan talks to him, like he'll ask him something, and Elon will just do this. And there'll be like 6 seconds because he's trying to
dumb himself down for us.
Explain it to some a human being because he's not a human. He's an alien. He's like, how do I explain to this moron who Rogan's a smart dude?
Yep.
Like, how do I break it down for this idiot
for the general public to understand what this means? Because Joe Rogan asks him tough questions and he's trying to answer them in a way. It's great.
Like, to me, though, I think that just shows somebody's intelligence even more, that they take that that seconds to think, like, okay, how do I explain this in a way that this person who has no concept of what I am talking about and explain it to where you can. So
I always feel like I'm dumb when I do that.
Everybody wants to listen to somebody ask Elon Musk about aliens. Like everybody, Rogan, and that's what he did on this last episode. So let's talk about aliens. And Elon's just laughing, like, come on, man.
There's no probability. Like, I love that conversation. And Joe tried, man. He goes, I guess they're very, what did he call the aliens? They're very shy.
Yeah, they must be pretty shy species.
Yeah.
We've never seen them. It's like he's being a dick to him. It's just great.
It's so great.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Ice fine. Hold it down for the 9899. Yeah, 2000 complete the breakdown now. Give me that. Where's that beat at, man? Can't rock without a beat. Where that beat at, dog? We camouflage our b-boy existence entirely way too long. We song and dance for you hollow-headed wannabe MC Napoleons. When we controlling the whole scene underground, the sound grind you in the head. You better off dead than young kids gassing lids and saying bullshit rhymes with bullshit times. This is the real. Now as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I wait for the sunset to come to bring the natural resistance. The pistons, the engine, the machine, not to mention. You walking through the valley of divine intervention. Revolution predicted like infection, inflicted on the section. Yeah, welcome to the valley divine. Revolution predicted like infection, inflicted on the section. Open shit pops off in our time. Freeze the frame, let the gorillas be tamed. Set them free, break the face of the frame. Freeze the frame, let the gorillas be tamed. Set them free, set them free, set them free. Set them free, set them free, set them free, set them free.
We're having a territorial dispute. I mean, I've wandered into your pissing ground or whatever the damn thing is, and you've taken offense with my presence, and I can understand that. I mean, I wouldn't want you people in my backyard either. This is your home, and your home is your home, and I respect that. So, if you would just back up a step or two.
So what turned you on to Elon Musk? Like, what was it?
I need some Tesla porn music or something to play.
Everything turned me on.
Really, just
His batteries.
his intelligence.
His
Like,
batteries
that
last
to me
forever.
is like so attractive. I don't see him and be like, oh my gosh, he is so good looking. I see him and I'm like, wow, he is so smart. He is so innovative.
Yeah, man.
That's the coolest thing ever.
I feel like he cares, and his life is like, he's like, I don't see why we wouldn't want to do cool things.
He takes things that you see in science fiction, and he's like, I'm gonna make this a reality, and he does.
And I feel like he believes in humanity. Like he's
he
a
does.
humanitarian. He cares about.
Well, he wants to be a multi-planet species. That's his ultimate long, I think, goal.
How cool was that Mars, the landing? That was so awesome.
Have you seen the videos?
Yeah.
Did they
It is
Photoshop?
so
Did they
cool.
Photoshop the stars?
Do you think? I mean,
no.
If you want to
Yes.
go super conspiracy,
I
you
think
could just
they
say like, do you actually think there's a rover on Mars right
Mars
now?
is flat.
Why do you think it's?
Yes, I
why
do.
do you think it's photoshopped? You don't think it's just because it has a different atmosphere that
Mars
we're
is
able to
flat.
see it because they haven't polluted it like we have? I mean,
Fisheye Mars lenses.
Oh my god. I said the same thing, but I'm like, look, Bernie Sanders is already sitting there on Mars. Like, that's the first shot I saw.
That was so great.
Somebody
When I saw Bernie
freaking
there, I was like,
put Bernie
No,
on there.
somebody posted the first shot of Mars, and it was a billboard of Morgan and Morgan. That's fucking dying. I was like, that's so great.
Those signs are all down 95 and up to 70 all the way to Kentucky. They're in Kentucky. Morgan & Morgan has an office
Yes,
in Kentucky.
No, I cannot believe, like, if that, I don't know who would want to go and live on Mars. I feel like it'd be so lonely.
Okay, so then let's ask the
Matt
question:
Damon.
if that became a reality in our generation, like to visit, would you go?
To
Takes
visit?
6 months to get there, right?
Yeah, like a vacation.
It's 6 months to Mars.
6 or 18 months. Where's fucking
6 months.
Chris?
6
I
months.
don't know.
Well,
Maybe,
you're not-
maybe
He's,
if I
running,
think it
he's running
takes-
our OnlyFans page.
I think it's 6
He's got the
months.
nipple clips on right now. Leave him alone.
But it's
Doing
6
Mars
months
porn.
at only certain points of Earth's atmospheric rotation, right? Like Chris was saying that it only took 6 months because the Earth was so close to Mars at that certain point of our orbits around the sun. It's not. It's
It's a
2
window.
years, I think. Like,
Yeah,
It's a
otherwise.
window.
I'm not that smart.
So it's
I'm
like-
not
Yeah,
that-
it's always going to be a
I'm not
window
that-
because
it's like-
everything's going in a circle and you have to map
Geography.
it to where
Like,
everything's closest
what-
together.
I want to say he said it was like once every 20 years or something crazy like that, but it was like that's why it had to go at that exact time because it was the only time that it would take that shorter a period of time for something to land there.
Okay, so hypothetically,
No.
would you go?
No. I would love to, but I would.
It would
be chicken
would totally
shit.
depend on my living situation.
I
wouldn't worry about my job, but like if
I would
one of my
not.
kids are okay and everything,
Yeah, I
and they
wouldn't
go, "You
wanna-
want to go to Mars?" Like
I don't want to
in
leave
a
my
spaceship,
kids.
I'd be like, I couldn't say no to that experience.
I don't want to
think.
leave my kids.
I couldn't leave my kids.
I don't think I could say no to it.
So what if your kids don't go?
If it's just me by myself, but
Yeah.
I'm coming back though, right?
Yeah.
I am not living there.
How
I'm
do
just
you know?
going
How do you
to-
know? There's
No.
no. You're going to fucking Mars. There's no,
No,
guarantee.
When I
Or
drive
just-
in my car to work every day, I don't know if I'm coming back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, have you ever gone skydiving?
Oh yeah.
But have you
It was
ever done
fantastic.
a 6-month road trip for away from your kids? Because that's what you.
That's what I said. Like I wouldn't do it right now, but like when they're grown,
When they're
and
grown up, yeah.
If they're okay and everything's okay and everything and they're fine.
I mean, if
and
we're talking
happy,
like they're adults and they
yeah,
have
and
families.
I don't have any like obligation that's going to make me feel terrible for leaving. I'm going.
Oh, just did you guys see the picture of the astronaut just floating in space away from the space station?
Untethered.
That is the crap that I'm like, oh my god, what? Like you could just float away, and how
Before
long would
you
it
know
take
it's
you to
gonna be
actually
safe.
die? Like, what's gonna happen to you? Because eventually you're gonna
Hey,
die.
Isn't
our
there a
kids,
movie with
our
Sandra
kids are
Bullock?
probably going to have that
Oh
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah, Gravity with George
Yep.
Clooney and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
You understand that, right?
Yes.
Our kids
We're talking about a
are
fucking movie.
probably going to have that ability to be able to
To
do
be in a
that.
Sandra Bullock movie,
She probably is going to look the same.
she's stunning, man.
I know.
Her
she's
and Jennifer
amazing.
Aniston.
Yeah, and then look at Paul Rudd and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is 78 years old.
I don't know who the Paul.
Paul Rudd, Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd's a gorgeous man, actually.
Clueless.
No, I
He was
I
in
just-
Clueless,
he's just in
Ant-Man.
everything.
You don't know who Paul
He's
Rudd
in
is?
Friends.
Paul Rudd?
Friends, Phoebe's husband.
Hold on here.
Christ on a cracker.
Use this
How do you-
monitor.
Oh my garage.
Oh my garage.
You.
Bacon and cheese. You don't like bacon and cheese.
I wish
What?
all of you could see Colleen's face
Oh
right
my
now.
god. Well, I mean, I don't really have
Our
much room to
recording
talk. I don't
stopped
need
for a
eggs.
second when I clicked on this. Anytime I click on something, the recording stops.
So when did it
No,
stop?
we're good. I'm back recording again. It was like
Do you want me to fix it?
5 seconds.
Do you want me to fix it?
No.
Kristen doesn't like
But now
bacon,
I understand what happened.
bacon or cheese.
When you're pulling up that stuff.
So now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, go, Joe.
Oh, I can Google it so that you guys
Yeah,
don't
Paul
have
Rudd.
to.
Yeah,
I got to fix my technology. I'm very bad at fixing my technology.
Oh my God, I'm just thinking about that astronaut floating in space, not tethered to anything.
Does it give you anxiety?
So much.
Oh, I figure you like want to be there. Like that looks awesome.
No.
Just like
It does.
relax and hang
No,
out.
but it's like, what happens if you can't get back to anything? You're literally just effed. You're gonna starve to death or run out of oxygen.
Just pop your helmet. Just take everything off. It'll end quick.
I don't know,
Kristen,
man.
you know Paul Rudd now?
Yes.
Jesus, girl. Come on.
But in the finish, I don't know where we went off on a total.
We went to
rabbit hole
food.
there.
did,
We went to
But
food.
That billionaire thing though is the billionaires understand, the youth and like what they went through with their, what their parents have gone through with being undervalued at work and all these things. And they go, we don't want to do that we don't want to live the life that they're living and bitching and complaining about every day. The youth things are going to get better. Progress always happens. It's going to get better.
I think so. I'm excited.
really do.
I mean, even just in my generation,
Yep.
it's neat.
It'll
to
be
see
better for us.
how technology has affected that.
We're like the first to experience and use technology. We're like kind of gangsters. We're gonna be like wisdom turtles.
I don't care about wisdom turtles.
We're all gonna have wisdom stones that we sit on, and like young people come and ask us about
And our
life
kids-
without internet.
Our kids still won't care or know that we were ever cool.
They're gonna
once.
For real though, let's just shut your mouth.
You guys
Why
played
don't
in
you?
creeks?
What's up with the bacon thing? I want to
You're
talk.
really stuck on
It
this.
pisses me off, Kristen.
You don't like bacon? I'm gonna edit her off the show.
Okay, so I did eat it when
She's
I
not
was
even-
pregnant because I craved it.
Oh,
I try not to eat
I love
pork
people that eat bacon.
because
Oh, you're Muslim.
at one. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta get that
Lying.
Muslim bacon. It's new at Publix.
No, I did a bunch of research, and at one point I tried to be very, very healthy, and bacon was the one thing that I just couldn't get past eating because of how bad
Good it
pork
is.
is for you.
Yeah, it's yummy.
So it's really like pork in general that I don't eat. And cheese,
God.
let's be specific. I don't like chunks of cheese.
You don't like feta?
I don't-
Feta cheese. Feta.
Absolutely.
Feta cheese.
Absolutely
Feta
not.
cheese.
I do not like cheese on a hamburger.
You don't like cheddar
Completely-
cheese? You don't like
completely
Called a
grosses me
cheeseburger.
out. I know, and do you know that oh my gosh, I go so Karen when I go through McDonald's and I say, can I just have a double hamburger with just ketchup? And I get home and what is on my
Cheeseburger.
hamburger? It's not. It's a cheeseburger.
You have to say no cheese, which is
I do.
I'd put extra
At
cheese
one
just to
point,
piss
I
you
was
off.
telling people that I was allergic.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. I do that with the eggs. When I go to McDonald's, I'm like, I want the bagel with the egg thing. No egg. I cannot have egg. I will die. And then what do? They don't even put the sauce on it. I'm like, why? I didn't say no sauce. Now it's just cheese and that strip of bacon. That's it.
This is a production line, and you're fucking up the production line with your shit.
I'm like, keep your folded
That's
egg.
pretty much-
I don't want it.
Like, you're so right. You cannot go to a fast food place and order something specific and actually have it come out specific.
Right.
And if you-
Unless
and-
you're Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
they're amazing.
They should be running the government.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
I'll
Yes.
get the McDonald's and I'll tell them no bun, and it looks like I fucking broke their brain. Like their brain is
They give you the big
Like-
tray that the pancakes come on and all
on
that.
when you yell into the thing. They're like, no bun, and I'm like, yeah, no bun. And then I get up
Yell.
there, and the lady's like, however much. She's like, no bun. I'm like, no bun. So I go,
Like,
okay.
you just have to rip it off and throw it.
Yeah.
And now I just when I
Feed it
was
to the
doing
birds.
keto, I was just like, fuck it. I'll just
Is that what you're
I'll order it
doing?
with a bun and throw it away.
Once in a while, yeah, kind of. No, not really. Sometimes. I've been eating really good lately.
Whenever you're struggling and you got to go through and you got to
I've been
like
eating really
deal
good.
with yourself, I understand the struggle. I've no bunned it.
Yeah, I'll no bun it.
I've baconator no bunded.
Oh
Have
my
you?
God.
Jesus.
Hopefully no
I
ketchup.
mean,
I was so stressed. I needed bacon. I needed ketchup. I needed cheese. And I needed meat.
So like,
Why not just eat the bun?
Fuck the
then?
bread.
oh, this is healthy. underneath the. Oh god.
so did you crave bacon? What did you crave when you were pregnant?
Oh, Pepsi and mac and cheese. Now, mind
Kraft?
No, Velveeta.
Shells and
So
cheese.
I was super sick my
Bougie.
whole pregnancy, and it was like the only thing I could keep down. And I stopped. I'm like a diehard coffee fan. I stopped drinking coffee like 6 months before we went to do IVF, so I could wean myself off of caffeine because, you know, pregnant women aren't supposed to drink caffeine.
Yep.
Not even kidding you. As soon as I found out I was pregnant and I started getting those cravings, Pepsi. And I stopped I haven't drank pop in years. Like,
It's called soda.
oh, sorry.
kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
She's from Michigan, Pop.
Are you
Sorry.
really?
Yes.
Hey,
Sorry.
That's my husband's from there.
I'm from
Go
Long
Blue.
Really? A Wolverine.
He's a Wolverine.
That's disappointing.
Terrible.
I mean,
Why is that disappointing? You're from there.
I'm a Spartan fan.
Oh, Michigan State, huh?
oh, there's a
Mateus
rivalry in his
Reeves.
family with that too.
Hey, you said
Sorry, go ahead.
IVF?
IVF.
What is that?
In vitro fertilization.
Okay, you have to slow things down for stupid people.
In vitro fertilization.
Shun. And you're doing the hands thing
Burn.
again. Where did you go do that?
Prague. We went to Europe.
Oh, I remember
That's cool.
that.
Okay. Wow.
Never been.
Why? All the way to Europe.
So, IVF in the United States for what we did is around $55,000, and you have about a 50% chance of the embryo taking and you being pregnant at the end of your process. So when we found all that out, I mean, at this point, we're like, we're state employees. Where's our discount?
Yeah.
We can't afford this. We started doing some research, and it was actually my boss at the Department of Transportation. He brought it up to me. He's like, what if you go out of country? And he's from Egypt. And I'm like, okay. You immediately go to this like basement.
Yeah, like
Hospital.
hostel. Like hostel.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I'm not going to go do some medical procedure. Then I went home and talked to my husband, and he's like, let's research it. And we did. And actually, the United States, as far as IVF goes, ranks like 8 in the world.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Prague is so the Czech Republic is number 3, and they're also very affordable. So I kind of networked with people on Facebook and met people from the US who had gone, who were successful. We did consultations with my doctor via Skype. Like, you know, you just get that good feeling when you talk to somebody, you meet them instantly. We're like, all right, let's do it. So a fifth of the cost.
So how long did you have to stay over there to go through this whole process? And were you able to, like, once you got pregnant, you were able to come back?
So we were there for 10 days, and we flew back home the day after transfer, and then you have to wait 2 weeks, and then you can start taking pregnancy tests.
Oh my God. Yeah. Were you like so stoked when you found out you were pregnant?
I was, and I will never probably ever forget this. I was cooking dinner. I think it was spaghetti, and you like flop the ground beef in the pan.
Yeah.
And I could smell the ground beef. It was so strong that I almost threw up right there at the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is really bad.
You knew it right then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But then we had to wait to find out for our first ultrasound whether there were twins. So
That's awesome.
That's so
It's
crazy.
such an experience, and it's so true
really
too
cool.
about the medical system, like you were saying, in America. If people are addicted to drugs and they want to go to spend a whole bunch of money at a rehab facility, they can do that, or they can go to Mexico and take a drug called Ibogaine, and you're cured within like 24 hours of recovering from the withdrawal symptoms and the hardest part of that first part that makes people not want to do it. Those things are available all across all kinds of countries on all kinds of treatments. Our best athletes go to Europe for their treatments, for their surgeries and all this stuff. But yet we sit here and talk about how amazing that we are, and we are
to a point. And I think if you have money,
and we need to act like we can still be better. Like what made America this great thing, it was we all were working towards one goal, whatever it was. we got to do those type of things with our health care.
Well,
we got to care about our people.
They're still doing like all the like you talk to everybody that like the stem cell research. They have to go out of country and everything for that.
And those are amazing treatments that have come. So like the CRISPR technologies and stuff like that are so big, and there's other companies on top of that now that are building upon what CRISPR did.
Yeah, and that's
in
that's
a
an
profound
awesome
way.
technology.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Charlie shared with you guys, but I've been very open about my cancer experience. I was diagnosed at 26. And so for me I did IVF because cancer took that from me.
Yeah.
And even because of that, like I medically cannot have children. I still can't.
Yeah.
I still have to pay this huge cost, even though it's not something that I could prevent or I could have, helped.
Yeah, and it was one of those things to where when you were going through that, I was going through something, and we joked about it.
Oh God, that was so crazy, Charlie.
We're like, we're gonna have a dying. Let's see who dies first.
Yeah,
like joking around, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then what happened, and it's so awesome to see somebody go through something so hard and come out just amazing.
So you weren't supposed to be able to have children at all?
No.
No. So the only way I could was if we did it through IVF. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
And then, like I said, IVF, it's got about a 50% chance of it working. And you can do multiple rounds, but I don't know if it's emotionally draining and self-administering medication and giving yourself shots. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty wide open with the cancer diagnosis and everything.
Yep.
And that was crazy. It was a scary time.
Yeah, I try to be as transparent about it as possible because I feel like for me, there's no reason to be embarrassed, and I came out on top.
Yeah.
And just the awareness. They thought I had this super rare cancer, and it's things that I've never heard about. For me, I didn't know there was this many cancers. Hundreds, thousands of cancers that you only hear about breast cancer, and nothing against that, but good grief.
Yeah.
So that I think kind of became my platform for. Why do people not know that this
So
is
what cancer
prevalent?
did you have?
So I ended up being diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And I had a couple surgeries. I went through Moffitt, had my first surgery there. And then my second big surgery that I had was at Holmes. I did not need chemo, but they took my ovaries. They removed tumors from my whole abdomen. I have a scar that stretches up my stomach. But... crazy experience. And I mean, at that time I was training for a half marathon, joking with Charlie about dying,
but we would talk like I was doing my running and you were doing your running, and we were taking care of ourselves, and it was really really scary situation.
How long ago was this?
4 years ago.
Holy
Yeah, how old were you?
26.
Yeah.
So you went through all this with cancer, and then you ended up getting pregnant with IVF and having twins. Oh my God.
It's unbelievable.
That's like...
And I think that's kind of why I have a different perspective on not only life, because people ask me that all the time. Why are you so positive? Or how do you just...
Except in your emails.
Except in my emails. or when I'm Karen through the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Through the McDonald's line about my cheeseburger. That's supposed to be a hamburger. People.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
It's really cool.
Is.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that you were able to get pregnant, like from doing that, and especially having to go overseas. Like,
we told our closest friends, and we didn't tell any of our family, because for me emotionally, I don't think I could have handled the excitement from our family and then the letdown if it didn't work.
Yep.
yeah.
So none of them knew.
So what happened when you told them?
That's better.
I remember you told Halloween.
I did. Yep.
Halloween.
Yep. We told.
I'll never forget. It was.
Oh my God! Tell me what happened.
We told you we were going, right? We hadn't gone yet, so
you told me
we went trick or treating with them, and we were like, "Hey, we're going to Prague, and this is what we're doing."
That's so cool.
I thought Nathan was going to be a prostitute in Prague. I didn't know what it was for. because that fits.
He should have tried it.
Like he could do that.
He should have just stood out there and just
Yeah, it's the hairy chest.
So when
But go ahead.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell your family though until you knew you were pregnant,
Right.
and did they lose their minds? Did they even have an idea you were looking into doing this?
No. When I was
my
diagnosed and when I went through my surgery, and I came out, so I went into this surgery not knowing what would happen on the other end of the surgery. Basically, I signed this waiver that said possible colostomy bag, possible complete hysterectomy, possible rectum removal, like all those things that I had to sign. So I came out of surgery. I can't remember who, I think it was my mom and Nathan. They did not want to tell me that my ovaries were gone. Right. So at that point I was like, listen, I'm not ever putting my body through anything again. I'm not going to do the IVF route. I need to take care of myself. And my doctor was like, he knew how important it was for me to have a family. I wanted so bad to have kids. He's like, but you still can. You have your uterus, we preserved that. So, but at that point I was just I just need to get healthy. So none of my family, we went through like the foster to adopt process. And that just,
I remember that.
it's hard. It's really hard. Mm-hmm. So no, they had no idea.
I have to know, like when you told them, how did that go down?
I have to cough now.
COVID.
COVID cough. Yeah,
Sorry.
gotta go.
Throw that mic
Throw it
away.
Yeah, you're going to want to throw this
now. I'm
away.
throwing that away.
So my family's all in Michigan. They came down for Christmas. My mother-in-law came over. She's local.
Shout out to Bonnie.
We videotaped it and it was so great. They didn't understand. They're like, wait, what? How? Literally, that's what Bonnie said. She's like, how? Clicked right away for my mom because she had been here with the whole thing. So she knew like I had my uterus. I could still do it. So it was the coolest thing. But it was like, there were no way.
That's awesome.
And crying and oh yeah.
Isn't it crazy how like society puts expectations on you as like a person? Like you're gonna have kids. Like you're just gonna have kids. Like without a doubt. Like you're young and you're just gonna have kids. And it's
and
to go through all that, and it's just.
And I have several friends who have made the choice to not have kids, not because they can't, they just don't want to.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad for those people that there's this expectation of you're gonna have a kid. You need to when you're gonna have children.
Someone's gonna ask them.
And if you don't live that life,
question for years.
If you don't live like they'll take it personal. It's fucking weird.
And what I face, and I don't know if you face this, but the whole working mom thing. Oh, and like I can't tell you how many times I was asked, "Oh, so you're gonna quit your job?" No, I'm not gonna quit my job. I love working. I want to show my kids what it means to be a boss. And for some people, that's. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
It's the spectrum is so crazy of judgment, and some of it's not even in a mean judgment way, but it's just slighted. And
I kind of feel like society's changing a little bit though.
It is.
Because like I look at my sister, I got a younger sister who's in her early 20s, and she's not under that same type of pressure to have kids. And all her friends are like the same way. They're like, no, we got dogs. We do this.
So awesome.
And it's nice to like,
right? That's so
not
cool.
have that. But I remember when I was like in my 30s and I was still single, and I would sit down with my grandma and her friends are like, well, when you get old, no one's going to take care of you if you don't have kids. And like, it starts to put fear in me. I'm like, well, crap. Like, well, I don't have a kid with just like some
I'd have
schlum.
to get 2 of them out just in case.
Like, and thank God, I mean, it all worked out. I had kids when I was older, and apparently 35 I'm geriatric. Like that wasn't good news when I found out I was pregnant. Like, well, you're geriatric age for pregnancy, so you get all these extra tests. Yeah, and I'm high risk. I'm like, what? I'm 34, 35. Like, come on. Yep. But hopefully it'll change and it will be like up to the woman, and people just stop judging them.
Yeah, man.
Let people live life.
Let's talk about mom shaming. And I think it probably happens to dads, but men are a lot less whiny. I mean, that could be
I
arguable.
don't know. When I'm sick, it's a problem.
Okay.
I'm a
well,
terrible sick person.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just this high standard for moms, and then if you don't, the mom shaming is real.
What is that? I don't know what that means.
Like, so I'm part of all these mom Facebook groups, and I'm crazy about research, and I've got my miracle babies. I want them to be the best and smartest, and who doesn't want that for their kids? But current, what the American Association of Pediatrics recommends is babies can't sleep on their stomach. Okay, so you get on these mom groups and you're like, my baby will only sleep on their stomach, and they're like, oh my God, Karen.
Yeah.
No,
really?
Oh yeah, and they'll like delete your comment because you put that your daughter. So, and I bought these fancy bassinets for my kids so that it was safe sleep. My daughter hated it, and we're talking like they're like $1,600 bassinets.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Guess what?
It's
And she
absolutely
slept
insane.
on her stomach.
My kid slept in a bouncy chair for a long ass time, man.
My mom.
Like the vibrating chair, that was it. And I was like, you know what?
Do you know they don't sell those anymore?
Shut your mouth. What?
They're not
Why?
safe. They're not safe.
Oh, God.
Listen.
My kids slept like a baby. in
Oh,
those things.
Ava loved that.
Like-
Those little swings that
Yeah.
rattled too, and they
Yes.
swing every little bit, and you're like, oh my
Yes.
God.
We used to put it on the roof, and Ava would just sleep all night.
Right?
Yeah, she loved it.
There's
that's
always
funny.
Just
there's
at night, though.
always the mom shaming though. It does
Go on
suck.
TikTok. Go on TikTok and look at the animals. And if an animal's doing something that someone could interpret, you're harming that animal. Like there's like a Siberian husky that's out in the snow and playing in the snow. And these people, if you look at the comments, you're like, that dog's gonna get sick being in that cold. Like it's like it's a Siberian husky, you dumbass. And it's like they're like pet shaming. There's a shame for everything because everybody has a comment and a voice on the internet.
They have to chime in.
This
yeah.
is how bad it is. It's like when the kids were little and I would take a cute picture, but there's that diaper with the blue line. I'm like, I can't post it because somebody's going to be like, blue line, dirty diaper.
Change
dirty
that
diaper
diaper.
right there, and everybody's gonna point it out.
Oh my God.
That diaper's shitty.
What
like
are
you're a-
those? You know?
Yeah, it's so bad that women will post pictures and they put a disclaimer. Like, I was standing right there. Don't worry. My
Yeah,
baby
sounds
wasn't in
terrible.
harm.
You have to,
It's
because
just
otherwise
so
people are going to attack
sad.
you.
Yes.
And if one attacks you, and they'll get their
100%.
friends to attack you, and you have a swarm of internet
and they
Karens.
always preface
Do they call that a
it
Karen
with
when
like,
it's multiples? A Karen?
what is the plural?
Like
of
what is a
Karens?
plural?
Oh, it's a gaggle of Karens.
A gaggle. Of
They call it a
Karens?
gaggle.
A gaggle. Okay, trying to understand.
Yeah.
Is that official?
Could you imagine having a gaggle of Karens try to join
is.
Adjust a Mic?
We had one.
We had one. We got rid of her.
How many gaggles did we have? We had like 15 of these motherfuckers. We have a bunch of foreigners trying to attack
now,
our Facebook
yeah.
group
Oh,
right now.
yeah.
We have a foreign invasion. We need security, cybersecurity.
Like I said, if I can't pronounce the country, you're not getting into fucking Facebook group. Like it's not
the
happening.
one got me. One girl got me.
Yeah, I
she
know.
was like she had like 47 friends. She was in like 11 groups. She was from another country. I don't even remember the country. But I clicked on her page. I clicked on it, and like they had conversations. Like she was having conversations with her friends and all this stuff. And
in English?
yeah, and I was like, okay, like, does this person? I'm like, I said, do we have a foreign listener?
We're global.
Like I was like incited in my brain, and I like added them. I said, okay, I'm letting you in. I'm gonna approve this one. And then 2 days later, it was like, would you like to buy some Bitcoin or whatever, something in our
Are you
group?
having financial issues?
And then
Scott's
I
like,
get like
"Ah,
5 messages.
shit."
We like, you let one in, you let one in. I'm like, delete. I'm trying to block it, and I'm like, oh. And then there's 3 more today.
Yeah. Yeah, if I can't pronounce your name.
Like,
I'm not-
I think
no
it's a
offense.
foreign attack on Facebook. I think Facebook's getting attacked by foreigners.
Maybe. That's a little.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's cool.
I mean, it's not.
Just can't join our group because we're biased. Our wall's built real good.
Oh, stop. What's everybody doing this weekend? Scott, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm building our Facebook wall group.
Jeez.
I like it.
Oh, God.
What am I doing this weekend? It's Silas's birthday.
Happy birthday,
on
Silas.
Saturday, and he's
Yeah,
having a
happy
sleepover
birthday.
with his friends.
Nice.
So you're going to have like 9 or 10.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
boys.
Derek's little asshole kids here. I love you, Derek.
No.
And I love your asshole kids, but they're little asshole kids.
Oh my god.
And they're gonna pick on each other, and it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be all guys. I'm telling Allie, get the heck out of the house. No girls.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna. They're probably gonna be Spartans. They're gonna have their cousins with them.
Jesus.
They wear their shirts in halves, and they're Spartans, and they walk around with swords, and they run around and chase people, and they call themselves Spartans in the front yard and yell at the people.
You're gonna have a weekend, dude.
They're gonna like chop down. There's people that walk right by in their golf carts, and like, we're Spartans. We're gonna get you. You know, and they try to chase them. It's hilarious.
Colleen, any Spartan shit going on your weekend?
No, I work on Sunday. I'm off Saturday.
Are you?
Yeah. I don't know. We were thinking about going to that alligator farm that Frank talks about in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
And
that's cool.
I told Brent, I was like, we need to hit him up
It's
because
really nice.
pretty soon Frank's not going to be able to be at our disposal for free alligator lessons.
That's true.
You know, he's
Yeah,
going to be out of
really.
commission for a little bit. I got to see if we want to try to do that or not.
You should.
Well,
I think
because we
it'd be
went to the
awesome.
zoo last weekend and it was okay, but they had a major meltdown on the last loop of the zoo and that was not fun.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. We'll see.
You should have Frank take you guys out on a tour around here, even finding some places
Maybe.
with the kids. I don't
Maybe
know.
do it in a more controlled environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere where my kids aren't going to go over on the airboat and drown in the river.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
guess.
Christ.
God, I don't want
Kristen, how many times are you going to Target this weekend?
You're so funny.
That's where I see you all the time.
Well, my friend is coming from Georgia, Sarah,
Yeah, I think I met Sarah.
and she already texted me today and she said, "Can we go to Target this weekend?" Duh. Is that even a question?
That's good. Okay, so Target.
Is it Starbucks every time?
No. Nope. I switched to Dunkin' Donuts for a while.
Oh,
Ooh.
I did.
Kristen.
Because
Why?
it was
Like, what
because,
happened?
because it was on my way to work.
Girl.
Okay. Okay. Is
Yeah.
it the new one on Garden?
I go to that one or the one on US 1.
Okay. I like the one on Gardner.
I switch it up whether I take 95
you.
or if I take
Okay.
US 1.
Because, you know, the Target in Titusville's famous at one point is Target when before the new Starbucks took over. Now the Starbucks that's in there is not very busy anymore. You know, it's kind of dead.
Still busy.
Yeah.
Every time that I go in, I'm in there quite a bit too. And I don't get too much. Like if I got Allie there, we go up and get something. There's never I don't ever have to wait in line hardly anymore. Like at least
I've noticed
for me.
that. Yeah.
Not nearly as bad, but there would be a line of women with their tight little, workout outfits.
They'd wear yoga pants, but not work
bef-
out.
But like in Target, it was like if you're a single man, you don't go to Walmart, bro. Take your ass to Target, and just walk around and enjoy the scenery. Because it was like if Titusville, we haven't had nice stores, and all of a sudden, all the pretty girls and flocked to the one
Target.
good store to Target, and it was a thing. Every guy was talking about it. I don't care who you are. I'm putting it out on blast. Target was the place to be, and it had diminished. I'm not hating, but there's less of that because Starbucks.
Okay.
On 50.
know
So funny.
It's true.
It's a little creepy.
But let's
It
talk
is.
about the Starbucks on 50. Their wraparound
I saw an accident
drive through
today at that
Oh,
at that
it's
drive
bad.
through.
Wacky Nunu.
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it's Wacky Nunu.
It's
Where
bad.
did that come from?
It's really bad.
Family Auto Mart.
No.
The Wacky Nunu.
No, my
No,
my
that was
husband
Appliance
calls my
Direct.
twins that.
Wacky Nunu is Appliance Direct.
And he's like, I don't know where I got it from.
The
I
guy
heard
from
it
the
from
guy with
somewhere.
the eye patch on Appliance Direct.
So that's like the
These
phrase
deals
of our
are
house.
Wacky Nunu.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this is a little off topic, but I wanted to bring up. Did you guys see what happened to Josh Davis, our friend? Well, one of my friends.
No.
He's a bartender at Third Culture Kitchen. He's friends with Travis. He, I guess, was leaving a Super Bowl party, locked himself out of his house. He lives on like a second floor, so he tried to climb a ladder to get into the window because he didn't have his keys.
Jesus.
And he fell off the ladder and broke his foot into like a bunch of different places. But he didn't have his cell phone on him either, so he had to drag himself through all of this kind of shit to get to a neighbor to scream. He had to go to Holmes to get major surgery on his foot. He's not going to be able to work for we're talking months. He has to move back to
my
Connecticut now
gosh.
because Travis is helping take care of him. But Travis made a post in our group with his GoFundMe page. And like, if anybody can help him out, man, he's been like,
wow,
he's one of the coolest, nicest, smartest guys ever. He was always doing Irish pub trivia, man. Like he would kill it every time. And like, when I read this story, I'm like, dude, are we sure this isn't Travis's story? Like, this sounds like something that would happen to Travis.
Yeah, or sounds like something I would do, but not go to the doctor.
Yeah,
I know all too well about bad ankles right now.
He his foot is probably just
that X-ray, man.
They didn't even know what was going to happen. He thought that it was possible he might lose his leg because so much dirt and stuff had gotten inside of his body because he had to drag himself to get help. Because
it's like a fucking horror movie.
Like his foot.
That's what I was gonna say.
You should read it on
make a movie out of this.
Was he yelling "Brain"?
Yeah, right? I don't know, but it was like just this whole entire circumstance of like, you know, he was drinking and so he didn't drive and he didn't have his keys and then his phone battery had died, so he didn't have a phone and he's just trying to get into his apartment upstairs.
We need to interview him and talk about this.
Like it was crazy.
Jesus,
he's living with Travis now because he can't go back to his old place because it's on the second floor. And so I guess now he's got to, his family's going to take care of him in Connecticut in like 3 weeks.
Man.
But
check out that on our Facebook page.
And it just makes me think about my dishwasher situation. Yeah. Did y'all notice I removed it?
Mm-hmm. No.
It's gone.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't look.
Completely. I got it out of here.
That's good. It was going to get destroyed even more.
I'm not sure how Josh's ankle reminded you of the dishwasher.
Because I was laying on the ground and my foot was broken and I couldn't move and I ripped it off with my,
That's right.
laying on the damn ground. And then Terry over here with her freaking foot and going, I saw the x-ray of that. It's real. Like, I don't want to see the x-ray of my knee.
Yeah, it's
hey,
pretty bad.
her and Tiger Woods are going to have something in common.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night.
There wasn't even a real mosh pit. Charlie could tell you that one.
Like
at
recently?
Some point. No, this was like 5. My leg anniversary was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you just say leg anniversary?
Oh,
yeah, it's a thing.
It's August 16th.
Snap like a fucking twig.
Yeah. Russ cried.
Russ was crying. Well, that's about it. What do you guys want to wrap this up?
Yeah. Hey, shout out to my brother. It's happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Scott.
He's probably snow plowing right now.
So his birthday's today?
Yep.
And Silas is Saturday?
Yep.
Nice.
You brought up Third Culture Kitchen.
Yeah, man.
That's the best place to eat in Titusville.
It is. It is.
Agreed.
Hands down.
It's
really good.
It's not even.
It's fantastic.
Their margaritas.
Oh,
their mixed drinks
Cadillac?
are fantastic.
See, and Josh probably made all of y'all's drinks because he was the bartender there. Now they're hiring for a new bartender because they don't have anybody.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, is he the one with the hair?
Hat? Does he have the hat?
Did he used to work at
He
Starbucks?
wears the hat all the time.
No, that's Chase.
Oh, he's a fucking great bartender.
Chase is still there. I saw him today.
I'd walk in there and say dealer's choice, and he'd just I said no tequila, dealer's choice. He'd make a fucking great drink. But shout out to Third Culture. We went there this weekend. It's so good.
Kristen, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, I've seen him before.
Well,
I'm doing the 5K.
Sure.
I'm doing the 80s 5K this weekend.
Oh, nice.
And then the toy show on Sunday.
That's awesome, man.
If you're down for the toy show on Sunday. It's in
Possibly.
Cocoa. It's in Cocoa.
Is it like an early morning kind of?
Yeah, early, late. No,
I'm gonna have
it's all day.
kids spending the night, and I'm gonna have them till noon.
Yeah, I got to take the kids to that.
But that'd be awesome. I'd 100% go.
Yeah,
Toy show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the kids love it.
You go there and it's like
I
a
love it
flea
too.
market
It's
of
like
just
all the old
nostalgia.
toys.
I found micro machines last time. Remember that guy that would talk real fast with the micro machines in the commercial?
That's cool.
So I found some little, like, I'm in logistics, so I got little trucks and I got them in my desk from that time with me and Charlie.
And then food trucks Saturday. Food trucks and 5K Saturday.
There's been a lot of food trucks in Titusville. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like just everywhere. I'll be driving for lunch to come home or whatever, and there'll be a food truck here, food truck there. We've been going to them. They're good, man, for lunch at work.
Low carb.
So what's the 5K you're doing?
The Back to the 80s fight. This one for Sculptor.
That's awesome, man.
Cool.
For Sculptor.
This isn't your first official 5K?
No.
Yeah.
I thought you guys did it last year, right?
Yeah, we did it last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you
awesome,
running?
Man.
Yeah. Ava and Riley.
Go to the brewery to have some root beers.
Riley's gonna be so. we might.
When is it? Saturday.
It's Saturday. Riley's gonna be so pissed. Last year he started crying because when we ran up the bridge and went over the bridge, there wasn't a water station. He's like, "There's no water stations anywhere." Then finally we got to the end and there was a water station. And the whole way back he was mad because that's all he talked about. There was only one water station. So I'll be going through that again this year. So that'll be fun.
God.
You need to be proactive. And when
I think I'm going to do a fanny pack.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Get those mini water bottles.
But you know what? I like to see him struggle, man. I want him to struggle.
Charlie Lord.
Fucking struggle, son. Figure it out. He's going to be fine.
Somebody is dad shaming you right now.
Fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying, oh, my God.
It's good for kids to struggle once in a while.
It did. Derek's kids go with their mom. She does a lot of 5Ks and stuff. And they go run these little 5Ks with their moms and stuff. And they're killing it. They love it.
No, they don't.
They got all the energy in the world. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm fucking 68 years old. So if I
can
come
do
on
it,
now, figure it out. But
dodge
that's
a wrench,
it.
you could dodge a ball.
Kristen, I love you. I love your story, and I love how successful.
Thank you for sharing it.
You're killing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. It's fun.
And tell Nathan I love him. I'll call him tomorrow. Is he there tomorrow?
Yes.
I'll call. Oh, is he bang? Oh.
I had to think about it.
Okay.
He's not a fan of working.
Yeah. I'll call him and
Are
tell him
any
I
of
love him.
us?
No, but I feel like with this state, you get so much time off that you can maintain that lifestyle of just not going to work.
Hey, next time,
You're right.
Lauren and Sean are down. We got to get all of you guys together.
Yes.
And do a show.
Oh, and with the kids? I mean, that would just all of them.
We got the house here for it, so the kids can all go play.
Just be complete circus.
Yeah.
I concur.
And we'll sit in here and take shots or something and record.
All right, episode 91. That's a wrap.
That's it.
Bye.
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 Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor.